So many people ask me, Maureen, what do I need to do to grow my business beyond a multi six-figure mark if I'm running an e-commerce product-based business? Well, I'm here to tell you it has nothing to do with your marketing strategy or your marketing plan. It has everything to do with your brand strategy. If you're at the cusp of breaking beyond the six-figure leap, then this episode is for you. So the first thing you need to do when you're thinking about growing beyond the multi-six-figure mark is establishing your brand strategy before your marketing strategy. And here's why. A brand strategy is pretty much the framework that guides the growth of your brand. Your brand strategy is usually built around the problem that you're trying to solve. A marketing strategy is literally centered around how are you going to sell and promote your product. It's all around push tactics. If you're trying to grow exponentially, you're going to have to focus on your brand strategy. And here are the concepts that I want you to really understand and ask yourself within your business. Within brand strategy, your different portfolios play a specific role. You have a portfolio that is centered around maximizing your revenue. You have a portfolio that is centered around driving growth of your business. You have a portfolio that is centered around defending against competition, but you also have another portfolio that is centered around attracting new customers and growing your audience. This is what happens a lot in the big brand space, and in the small and medium-sized space, many of us don't think about it. And here is why. Because we don't know this. And so you have to ask yourself, how do you want to grow your brand? What is the key problem that you are trying to solve right now? Are you trying to get a new audience? Are you trying to maintain your revenue but actually grow exponentially? Are you trying to defend against competition? And I want you to really think about how to apply this into your business. I'm going to take an example of Maybelline. Doesn't mean that this is their strategy, but I just want to show you how this plays out in specific brands. You have to know this. The foundation portfolio plays a specific role within the Maybelline line. The mascara portfolio plays a specific role within the Maybelline line. The lip sets play a specific role within the Maybelline line. And their marketing team knows exactly why that portfolio was launched. You as a business owner, this is a sure example to show you that just don't hodgepodge things just because somebody has asked you to do it. And this is one thing I constantly tell my clients. Just because you like making it doesn't mean you need to sell it. Before you understand the role your portfolio plays or the problem that you're trying to solve, do not innovate or add any new product. Why? Because you could add a product that becomes highly cannibalistic. So which means that you're either going to shift the dollars between your products. You're probably seeing this, and I've seen this a lot with my clients. Maybe they had this awesome moisture bundle that was lavender scented, and then they launched the exact same moisture bundle in a citrus scent. What typically happens? The consumer that was buying the lavender scent moves over and buys the citrus scent. Then what happens? The sales of the lavender scent start declining over and over again. And then you're just left wondering, what do I need to do? So if you're really trying to scale beyond the multi-six-figure mark, my friend, really work on your brand strategy before your marketing strategy. Marketing is all about pushing people to see your product and generating awareness. The next thing you need to do as you're thinking about making that leap to multi-six-figure business is, instead of focusing on launching new products, I want you to focus on selling your best products. You know your hero products. You know your hero product segments or your category lines. Please become an expert at selling what sells before you add anything else. Why? Because cannibalization is a theme. And it really impacts small brands because, first of all, we do not even have the budget, or we don't have the amount of money that some of these large brands have when it comes to innovation. Outside of the money, we probably don't even have an innovation strategy of what that looks like for a business. So instead of spinning your head as the only CEO and a few contractors on your team, just prioritize selling what sells. Become ruthless in taking away the things that don't sell. And I had a great client example when it comes to this aspect. I worked with a beauty brand that is based out of Canada last year, and she had over 79 SKUs. We literally did a portfolio assortment optimization. What does that mean? I literally told her, download all your sales from your Shopify site, give me those sales, and I'm literally going to identify the number of products that make money in your business. Guess what happened? Out of all the 79 products, only 10 of those products contributed to her profitability. That means she has to eliminate 69 of those items in order for her to scale. And the reason we did this exercise was because she came to me and told me, Maureen, I make these products in my kitchen. I want to double the growth of my business, but I do not see myself being able to double that with the way I'm doing things. And what was the root cause of all this? She had 79 items that within her portfolio, and she's in the beauty industry. So you can imagine soaps, moisturizers, cleansers, all the fragrances many of you have. How are you going to grow that if you're doing it by yourself? The only way you can do that is if you have a very streamlined product assortment. So go right now, do the exact exercise I have shown you, and identify your top selling items, and then literally comment down below and let me know what sells the most. And are you actually marketing it? Because what I've seen often that happens is we focus on marketing the things that don't sell, and as a result, we're not making money, and we get frustrated. We want to quit our businesses. We want to give up. We get into overwhelm that shouldn't be there. But if you prioritized having a lean assortment and marketing what sells, the conversation is going to be very different. So let me know down in the comment section, what is your best selling item? The next thing I really want you to focus on when you're thinking about growing beyond the multi-six-figure is, instead of focusing on constantly acquiring new customers, what about maximizing the value of your existing customer? Because if you're always running and rushing to get new customers, you're going to get exhausted. You're actually probably not even making profit or increasing your cash flow multiplier from the person you've acquired. What if you looked back and asked yourself, how can I get this one person to spend more on me? What can I do within my business to surprise and delight this person in order for them to spend more on me? And a great example here would be, for many in the beauty space, unfortunately for me, 90% of my clients tend to be in the beauty industry. They have sort of like the entry-level kit. It could be a moisturizer, a cleanser, and a shampoo. So this is somebody in the hair care industry. That's a basic level. That's what somebody needs to take care of their hair. Once they get to that, you know their purchasing cycle. You know the number of days that they need to use their product in order for them to replenish. Have you set up an infrastructure in your business to upsell them to something else? It could be a hair serum. It could be a hair oil. That is what I'm talking about when it comes to maximizing the value of your existing customer, because that helps you become more profitable. You're taking care of the people that you have. It really helps you build that loyalty and community and the obsession that many of us want, and gives you the opportunity to have profitability in your business. Because at the end of the day, you've got to have profit. Profit is what makes you happy. Profit is what puts you at the retail shelf. Profit is what gives you sanity as a business owner. And the next thing when you're thinking about building and growing beyond the multi-six-figure mark is, instead of altering your promotional strategy, what if you focused on revising your price pack architecture? This is what I mean. We're in an industry where there's this perception that whenever you discount your products, people are going to buy. It's what we are used to. It's the content we're consuming over and over again. What happens is, for many small business owners, we haven't built cash reserves to support our promotional strategy. And if you want to learn more, I literally encourage you to go to the Product Entrepreneur Podcast. That's my podcast. And listen to the episode titled Black Friday Promotions. In this episode, I'm really talking about the things you need to think about before creating a promotional strategy. Why? Because how the iconic brands do it is very different to how we small businesses are supposed to do. Why? Because our bank accounts are very different, right? And so if we have a small budget, you really have to build in promotional into your P&L. And if you haven't built promotions into your P&L, you're literally giving money away. You're giving away the profit margins that are keeping your business running. And so my thing here is, instead of you focusing on the 25% off, 30% off, I'm not saying you should not do it. I'm just saying control the number of times you run promotions. I'm literally encouraging you to think about, how can I alter my pricing architecture and my pack size architecture? Meaning, what I've seen often with some of my clients is they sell products that are really large in size, right? I had a client that she has this awesome essence. It's the essence I use on my face. And that essence is huge. Like, it's a lot. I'm like, I could literally get a small size of this and buy multiple times. Hence, helps you increase your multiplier, right? So what if you maybe got a smaller size? That helps you because your person is now going to buy 2 instead of buying 1. What if you paired 2 things together if you're selling them as single products? These are the strategies that help you make the leap beyond the 6-figure mark. This is what drives growth. This is what brand strategy is all about. Before you think about marketing, I really want you to prioritize this. Because once you have these foundations right, once you have the infrastructure right, once you have the processes right, once you have your profit right, it is so easy to leap to the revenue goal and the number that you want. But before that, you're constantly going to feel like you're on a hamster wheel if you're focusing on your marketing strategy. And now you may ask me, okay, I know how to do this. So what do I need to prioritize moving forward? Well, I want you to watch the video that is going to pop up on the screen right now that talks about what builds a successful product-based business. That video is jam-packed with a ton of value, and it's also short. I know you're a busy person just like I am, and I'm not going to keep you watching a video for 20 minutes. That's just not my thing. So just go ahead and over to this video, watch it, and you're going to identify the tactics that are needed to build your successful product-based brand. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Until next time, my friend.